It is 5:18. Let's look at the Schumann and see what the energy is. A lot of things happened overnight. A lot of things happened this morning. Let me know in the comments how you're doing and how you're feeling. This big spike in energy here really makes a lot of sense because sleeping was very disrupted last night. With all of this happening, it didn't really settle until we get to like the 12 or 13 here. So not really calming down until about 1 or 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of this up here, all of this subconscious release, subconscious coming to the forward, working through these heavy, dense emotions that you have tucked away very nicely in your subconscious, deciding to work through them at another time, but the time never came. So now is the time for everything to happen all at once. And it's very overwhelming and it's very chaotic, and you probably can't stop crying or feeling angry. There's a lot of things coming to the surface for you to look at. So please remember, take it one item at a time as best as you can. Some things are connected together, but just taking one item at a time, one thing at a time, is really going to help you get through all of this. Now, looking at the Kumiana again, we had another disruption happening around the same time as yesterday morning, at about 4 a.m. or like 3:45 a.m. Eastern Standard. If you notice that in the middle here at this 50 line, there is light energy within the dark strip. I think this is a reminder, and let me know in the comments what you think. To me, this is a reminder because there's light there at 50 hertz to find the light within the dark. You have to be willing to see the light within the dark. Sometimes it's really hidden and you really have to dig deep to find it. Sometimes you don't find it until you've reached the very depths of dark. But the light is always present. It's just a booger to find sometimes. And that's what this is reminding me of, because it's right in the middle. And if you notice, this line can be representative, symbolic of your spiritual journey. You start down here in these low frequencies, and it isn't that dark. You're just kind of trucking along. You see the light, but then the light fades, and it gets dark as you go. Or it could be the opposite. You start out and it's really dark, but then you see the light, so then you keep moving forward towards it. And then once you move past the light, everything gets lighter. There are little signs, little synchronicities, little nuggets all around you if you're willing to look at them and see them and accept them. Accepting them is the hardest part. A lot of people throw them off, cast them off. Please don't. If a sign is talking to you, let it talk to you and listen to it. Message from Spirit. To pass before you, which will you choose? Take your time, but don't take too long. The longer you wait, the more obstacles you create. Act too quickly, risk repeating the past. Now that message spoke directly to me. Sometimes when Spirit talks in riddles, the riddles make sense. And I hope that you are able to find your path and don't just bury your head in the sand. Please trust me on this, as someone who has done that most of her life, burying your head in the sand and not making a decision is still making a choice, and you're still choosing a path. It's just not one of higher growth. Energetically speaking, the energy feels very chaotic. A lot of anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated. Aggression is heightened, which I don't know if that is just everyone working through their own stuff. And then that just like pouring out. And then that's stored in the collective, or if there's an outside source pushing that energy into the collective. But aggression is there. Frustration is there. Do your best to work through those emotions without taking it out on anyone else. And do so in a healthy way. We do not harm ourselves. We help ourselves. And this really feels like a time of sadness. And I mean like immense, deep sadness that's been held within for a really long time. Kind of like your soul is weeping because it needs to release. It needs to feel whatever this hurt is. So feel that. When you are in a safe place, when you feel comfortable, let the tears fall. Everyone cries. Everyone releases. There's nothing wrong with crying. Transmuting energy and transformation are two very difficult things to do in these human bodies, but you are still doing it anyway. Be proud of the work that you're doing. Witnessing history. I know as a millennial, I'm tired of witnessing history. I'm very tired. But my soul chose to be here during this exact time for whatever reason. So let's keep planting seeds of love and kindness and see what grows. We can always choose to be kind. You can always choose to be loving and compassionate and empathetic. And honestly, those are the things that make humanity so incredibly beautiful. I hope that you have a wonderful day.